So I wanted to start off this video, if you read the title. If you read the title, I have no friends, and it is my fault. Right? Now, with friends, obviously, you know, the whole saying goes, you know, people grow, people live, people got lives. But to an extent, it was a bit of both. Yes, on one hand, we grew apart. Obviously, we'll sprinkle in the whole, you know, we had our fights or I was being disrespected and things like that. But regardless, most of the cases, we just grew apart. Found different people to be with, and that's just life. And on the other hand, I'm not gonna lie, it really was my fault. My fault in the sense that I was careless. I was neglectful, you know. People always found a way to reach out to me or make plans with me, and it never came to light. It never came to light. I was always the friend that was making excuses. Oh, we'll hang out soon, but I don't know, I can't go out, or you know, something came up, and in some cases something did come up, but in other cases it's my fault. So the story starts out back in 2018, right? I had a big ass friend group, boys and girls, you know, all big one giant group, you know, my bros and their girlfriends, and then yeah, we're just chilling. So obviously the first instance that sort of changed the whole dynamic with basically me and my friends was, I had this girl that I was, and I know the story's gonna sound crazy, but it's pretty much what happened. That escalated everything. I had this girl that I was going for. I wanted to tell my bro, and my bro knew very well, like, yo dude, I'm going for that girl. You know, she's cute, she's hot, whatever, right? And I tell him, hey dog, that's the girl over there, man. I'm really gonna do it this time, man. I can't wait to just get in there, you know, just get with her. And later that night, he was the one that made the advance. Like, it was a slimy move, but at the end of the day, I mean, no one really claimed it at the moment, but he swooped in, disrespected me. And the thing is, this used to happen a lot with that specific friend. That specific friend was like my OG best friend. I've mentioned him in other videos. He was like my quote unquote best friend. You know? Like, everybody knew that we were like together like glue. But after that time in 2018, where he disrespected me for the last time, after I told you, bro, this is the girl I want to go for. I think, you know, me and her might have a good thing going. I just couldn't handle it anymore. My friend group was built on lies and deceit. You know, bad things, we would do bad things to each other, but we would just brush it under the rug for the sake of we just bros. I mean, it was toxic, low-key. Because if I cuss you out and make you feel insecure, but it's all jokes, we're just bros, we're just hanging around. And look, there is, you know, banter, but there's also like, okay, this guy just went through something and you're disrespecting that person. So there's definitely like a clear balance. And we always took it too far sometimes. We always stepped on each other's toes, but we had to just, no bro, let it go, don't be so dramatic, man. Come on bro, we're all bros. Let's forget about that. We can't break up over a girl, but it's not just about the girl, it's about the respect. 2018 was pretty much the beginning of this whole self-improvement and self-realization, and after that point I knew I can't keep getting disrespected like that. First it's the girl, then it's the teasing, and then what? I was always a skinnier kid throughout my life. I was always the passive kid. I was never confident. I was always in the shadows of my own friends. So when I decided to start taking my life into action and started distancing myself from my friends, that's when they hated me. I remember most of them would call me a bitch straight up, like, oh, come on, man. You a bitch, you know that? The way you acting, you think you all that. And granted, I probably was. But if I'm not feeling cool, if I'm not feeling okay, I'm not feeling okay, man. I'm not gonna mask it and be like, hey, yo, we bros. And shit keeps happening. Yes, it sucks that it had to be a situation of a girl that escalated everything. But I mean, it had to be something. And from that state onwards, I broke up with that group. 2019 came along, and I remember this was the time when I guess my parents sort of got involved, right? This is the second part that kind of ties in with it's my fault. My parents pretty much hated my friends also. And not because of that, but just in general. My parents started getting they didn't trust my friends. They would tell me straight that don't go to their homes anymore. We don't want you going to their homes. It started getting to the point where it was restrictive. I couldn't tell my friends that, right? Just for some more context, in 2019, after the friend group broke apart, it split in two. There was one side and there was another side. I still had a bunch of friends left from the main group. And from that main group, my parents would even say, don't go to their house. Why would you go to their house? You know, home is safer. And this pretty much ties in with the video idea that I have in mind of why I've been home for 4 years straight. It's because my family always had this like mood change whenever I'd say, oh, I want to go out with my friends. It's almost like they've become over possessive. I didn't know how to tell my friends then. Hey man, my parents don't like you guys. For what reason? I don't know. There was never a reason. My parents just hated it. Even if they really had a good relationship with them, they hated the idea of me going out. Imagine a boy that's 22 years old, bro, can't go out anymore because my parents don't want you to go out. Like, go out with them because I might smoke, I might drink, I might do some dumb shit. And to that extent, dumb shit did happen, you know. I remember I think it got worse after I contracted bronchitis because I was smoking hookah. And this was just before COVID hit. So I remember December 2019 all the way to 2020. That's where it all started. And after that lung infection, my parents just said, oh, your friends are trying to poison you. And it got to that state where they became delusional that they were the cause of my lung infection. They were the cause of all these bad things happening to me. But at the end of the day, I have to be accountable. I was the one that wanted to smoke or drink or get sloppy drunk, you know. But I could never tell my friends that, and it got so worse that during the pandemic, obviously we had to stay indoors, and my parents were so like afraid of the COVID and whatnot. I mean, we all were. So it started there, and my friends kept inviting me out over and over and over. And the only excuse I had was, hey man, I'm sorry, I have something going on. I don't feel good, to be honest. It's happened to this day that even a few days ago it was my birthday, and my friends still wanted to hang out with me, but they're frustrated now, asking me out to hang out because I'm basically stuck at home and I can't do anything about it. And to an extent, I understand like it is my fault because I can always do something. I can't even take an Uber because my parents would think that's unsafe. You know, it ties in with the whole fact that I just don't feel masculine. I don't feel like I'm in control of my life. Yes, there's no monetary funds, but even if my friends have cars to come pick me up, my parents wouldn't let me out the house. I'm 26 years old and I have no friends, and it's my fault. It's my fault. Uber's out there. My friends have cars, they can come pick me up. But it got to the point where my parents became possessive to the point where even now, when chances are they might be kind of calm, I still can't do it because I'm so indoctrinated. I'm full of fear for some reason. And that's why I have a video coming out on that where I just admit straight that I guess I'm just not masculine enough. I don't take the lead. I'm not actionable. I fucked up. I've lost some friends along the way because I just didn't take the effort to nurture the relationship. I'd always feel guilty whenever they ask me, hey man, is your parents still cool with us coming to see you? And I'm like, hey man, they're still not cool. Or whenever we start a conversation, it's always, when am I gonna see you again? And I always have that internal guilt that I'm not taking action, man. It's frustrating because I'm literally the one at fault. My life is not where I want it to be. I'm broke as shit. And look, I can chalk it up to all just like, shit happens, people, life happens and people just live on. But being 26 and not even having a life in control. The friends part, I understand that, sometimes people just grow apart, but not having a life in control. Imagine being 26 years old and being like, my parents are in control of my life. It doesn't sound normal to other people because some other people might not have that problem. Unless you from a traditional home, then I empathize with you because I've been there. Even in relationships. No, don't date that specific girl, she's not your type. How am I supposed to know what my type is? How am I supposed to grow and know what my type is? It's to the point where when it comes to like relationships, they want specific people in my life. And you know what what the answer to that all of us? What the answer to it all is? To me, I just feel like I need to move out. That's the only way I'm gonna find a way to get my own voice, to be my own man, to be masculine and take action. I didn't feel like recording this video because I didn't really know how to structure it, right? It's not my parents' fault, it's my fault. I have every right to change my life and find a way to make a difference. But I'm still comfortable. I'm almost to the point where, because of all the times I've tried to get away out of my house, that I've become so comfortable that I even use that as an excuse. Oh no man, I'm busy, or like I just can't find a way out. I always fantasize of a time where I can just go and do whatever I want at my own time, at my own pace. It's become to the point where my father would make me his personal friend. I don't agree with that statement to an extent. It's always good to have a good relationship with your parents, but to use your child as a friend, I don't think is very healthy. Every parent should have their own friends, but even my parents have cut off their friends, and we're all isolated as we speak. As I speak right now. I've never seen the outside in 4 fucking years, and it's my fault. I'm jobless. And yes, we can say the job markets are, the way it is right now, inflation is, up and whatnot, but I just didn't take action to make my life the way I wanted to. I just didn't take action in life. And I don't want that to be you guys. So I know moving out is like a very broad statement. It's broad in the sense that you can't just find a place to move out or run away because now you have to start all over. In some instances, it can work because it worked for one of my other friends who ran away from home, found a girlfriend, started living with her. But I don't know. I've been nurtured my whole life. I don't want to be under somebody else's rules and roof. I think I want to start my own story. If my friends ever find this video in the future, I just want to say I'm really sorry, guys. Obviously, what happened in 2018, I think that was the first right step to growth. That whether it's bullying, whether it's friends taking advantage of you, or whatever that is, if you don't feel good with that, dump them. So I did the right thing. But with the other stuff and having my family in control of my life and having basically no say in having my life in shit, that is my fault. And I really do apologize. I really hope we can make up for lost time. You know. I know also I basically see how their lives are going, they're living, they're doing well. Having great adventures. I'm still here watching their stories at home. So I just want to say, guys, I appreciate you so much. I still do. And I hope to see you again very soon. You know, I really hope I can change my life so that I can live how I want in my terms. And all the relationships I lost also because of this whole shit, I apologize to. But I'm 26 and I've lost my friends because it's my fault. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more.